Here's a game I play with the black pieces with an 86% accuracy. Let me show you this game. They go pawn to d4, I go pawn to d5, knight c3, which is a different response than I usually see. I've not seen this opening a whole lot. I usually see e3 or c4 or knight f3, so knight c3 threw me off. I still go pawn to e6, they go pawn to e4, and this transposes into the French Tarrasch system, I believe it is. So I go knight f3, knight f6, bishop g5, bishop to e7, pawn to e5, pawn, knight d7. Like I said, I know the Tarrasch French setup, and after pawn to h4, I knew it until here. This is where I was like, I don't know. And I take the bishop, I take with the queen. They go knight here, and I go queen here to e7. This is all still theory. And knight to f4 is the last book moves. This, as I said, transposed into the French defense. Played this almost 1,110 times, and I've won almost half of it. Not as much as you like, though. But after knight to f4, I would have never guessed I was in a worse position here, but I am. But I go pawn to g6, which is an inaccuracy when I consider a6, which is a funny thing. The reason I didn't go there is because after knight to h5, I didn't know what to do. I mean, I saw queen g5, but after that, f4 maybe, or maybe it's just too many holes, so I can go queen g5. I want to see if it shows me. Let's see show moves after there. I'm supposed to just drop the pawn back. Wow, I would have never guessed that. I thought I should keep it, but they go queen g4, which is a mistake. I go knight here to c6, which is a move I thought about for a long time. The reason I thought about it for so long was because after they protect the pawn on d4, which they will, I was worried about the bishop move here, bishop to b5. So I go b6. Oh, this is a mistake. I should have went pawn to h5. Okay. But after here, they go bishop b5. I go bishop to b7. And they make a brilliant move. Knight captures d5. I take. They take. I drop my queen back. They go pawn in here to e6. And go knight here to f6. Now here I'm still minus 4.86. So against the computer, I would have lost here. I'm confused how I still had such a high accuracy, 86%, when I'm playing this bad. But they throw it all the way with this move, and they should have went queen. Now let's see, my best move was knight back, but their best move was queen here to f2. Now let's see if we can figure this out. So what if I just did queen captures d5? Maybe, because it would have been checkmate. Oh wow, but no, if I do queen x d5, they can do queen x f6. And then if I allow queen x f7, king over queen d7 checkmate. So if I don't take the knight with the queen, then I would take the pawn. Wow, yeah, this is really bad. Maybe I could do fx g6, knight x f6, king e7, knight back check. Oh, and then queen f7 checkmate. Wow. Okay, yeah, this is just losing. I'm glad they didn't find that though. So I do king captures f7. They do knight x f6 and queen captures f6, and at this point I was like, wow, I have a weird position, but I think I'm winning. I'm right, but I didn't feel that way a move ago, and I didn't realize that. But they do queen d7, and I go knight e7, which is, I feel like, the only move that keeps an advantage, because if you do queen e7, they'll win the knight with bishop captures c6. Now if you take the queen, they'll take the queen back with the bishop, so the bishop is safe. If I take the bishop after the bishop takes, the queen can take, and it's the same thing. So I go knight there to get out the way. And after the queen c7, I take this loose pawn here on g2. I attack the queen. Now, I thought that this other rook was better. I was like, I think I can drop the pawn here, but I second guessed myself. So I did think about this move for a while. But they go queen e5. I trade, and I go bishop here to d5. I didn't know why they traded queens. It didn't make any sense to me. And I was like, is it a trap here? Like, it just doesn't make sense. So I went for it, like, kind of worried that I'm missing something, but I wasn't here. I go bishop back to d5. Now I consider bishop c6, but then I was like, well, bishop c4 check. Like, it isn't losing, but it just felt unnecessary, so I go there instead. After bishop d7, rook forward, pawn here to e6. Now I think I make the wrong move here. I go king f6. No, it is better than king f8. My thought process was, if I go king f8, it's just kind of far away, if that makes sense. Like, if it made more, to me, it just felt more natural. King to f6. They go rook in here to d4. I think I found the best move here, rook to c4. Yeah. It felt like the best move. It felt like a move that made a lot of sense. It forces them to not. It allows them not to go rook f4. They go for a trade, and then they just kept trading when they're down, which is in general, you don't want to do that. When you're down, you want to keep pieces on the board, as it's the best chance. But they go b3, bishop here to d5. They attack, and I force the bishops off the board. And after this, rook to d8, it's just game over. They actually just resign here, as there's just nothing they can do. Now I just cannot believe I allowed that middle game scuffle. I'm going back to that real quick. This is I can't believe they lost with the brilliant move. But knight x d5. I really thought that they messed up, but they were playing amazing. Thankfully, they just blundered there. but I'm lucky enough to get that win. I did play well outside of that, so you know I don't want to discredit myself too much. I could have folded after messing up, and I didn't. I still found some good defenses, I'd say. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you could enjoy that one. 86% accuracy, not my best, but not my worst. And yeah, have a good one.